Welcome to Spook Squad, the podcast that watches horror films that go flop in the night. I'm Jared.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Bringing the energy.
Get spooked. It's Nathan.
Okay, really? We're going to start punching you in the dick.
You're acting like I'm not into this.
I know you are. All right, so we watched a movie that was above our rating that we typically do. Typically on this show, we watch movies that are 6.0 or below on IMDb, but we felt like this is Christmas. We should enjoy it, right? So we watched a movie that was 6.5 on IMDb. This movie is Better Watch Out from 2017, and we watched it on Amazon Prime.
We did watch it on Amazon Prime. It was supposed to be a gift to us.
We planned for it to be a gift for us for watching terrible movies that are 6.0 or below. Okay, so I found a budget on this movie. This movie was actually a fairly large budget with $3 million and made about $190,000.
Good.
That is not very good at all.
It's good for my soul.
It's good for your soul, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But why don't you go ahead and give us a synopsis?
Okay. On a quiet suburban street, a babysitter must defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion.
Pretty simple and to the point.
Yep.
It's very true. It is not a simple home invasion.
Thank you for your commentary, Nathan. All right, before anything else, let's go ahead and get into the one good thing. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Nathan, go ahead.
Wait, I'm pulling up my sock.
That's your one good thing.
Yep. One good thing is my sock. No, so my one good thing is that in all of the violence that happens in the movie, you never actually see the act. There's not one time in the movie where they actually show the act of violence, but that they infer it, and then you see the after effects, which is very Alfred Hitchcock.
So it's softcore violence.
Yeah.
No,
like you see the act, you just don't see the impact.
Yeah, you don't see the impact. You don't see the actual thing. They're doing it, and you see them doing it, and they infer that it's about to happen. It's usually something kind of slow leading into the violence, but you don't actually see the violence.
Right.
Which was a pretty positive thing to do it was kind of an ambitious thing to do in a movie like this.
All right. Well, Hannah, what about you? What's your one good thing? My
one good thing is when Ashley kind of catches on to everything and takes back the power. I don't want to give too many spoilers right up front, but she's just like, nope, I can own this. And just kind of takes over the rest of what happens in her own way.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that is, at the beginning, you really feel like she is not up to the challenge because she's afraid of pretty much everything. She jumps at everything. She jumps at a phone ringing on the wall, for God's sake.
And the spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, she's just like, nope, I'm taking this. This is what we're doing. It's mine now.
Yeah.
Go women.
It's a good character arc, I think, for her, for sure. All right, so my one good thing is definitely the cinematography. I think that kind of correlates with what Nathan's one good thing is a little bit, but I think two specific shots that I really like. There's one where Ashley tackles Luke in the kitchen and the camera moves with them.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
and then there was another one where Garrett picks her up in a chair and the camera moves with them.
Yes.
And I thought those were really cool shots. I mean, I've seen them done before, but you don't see them very often. So whenever you do see it, it captures your attention more so than just a regular shot. So
yeah,
I did like that. Kind of like a secondary that correlates pretty well with the cinematography is I think the color scheme for this movie was pretty good.
Yeah. Why do you get two good things?
It's not two good things. It's like
I have
it kind of
I have a
goes
second good
into.
thing.
Okay, let's just do an episode of one good thing.
No, Jared, I agree. You're absolutely right. about that.
Let's go, Nathan. What's your second one good thing?
It was so when when there was all the paint mixed with the blood, it looked like ketchup and mustard together. And when Garrett was laying on the couch and he's covered in the paint, Luke goes, "Let's get all that mustard. We'll get all that paint off of you. You look like a hot dog." And that was funny to me.
Okay, my second one good thing
Okay, yeah, what's your
is
second
knowing
one
that
good thing?
this little fucker is going to jail.
I mean,
We don't
maybe.
know.
I don't know. He got that middle finger at the end after they're like, this one's alive. And then he starts to panic. And she's like, guess what? You little shit.
Yeah, but there was a post-credit scene. Where he
There
like-
was, yeah.
Where he was like, "Mom,
We need to go to the
I need go to the
hospital."
hospital. I'm worried about Ashley."
I hate that little bitch.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the kill breakdown. Nathan, what do you got? How
This-
many total kills do we have?
5.
5. Not a whole lot.
No,
That's like the least we've had in months.
this is the least we've had in months. Number 1 is Mr. Frost gets head bashed in by buttfucker.
So
And almost spit out her drink.
the snowman on the fucking street.
He was just a snowman on the street, but Hannah goes, "Put it down, first kill." And I was like, okay. It was too good once that little girl called that kid a butt fucker. I was like, no, I totally have to put this
Like
down.
almost immediately after opening credits,
Yeah.
we get butt fucker.
We get butt fucker. Rated R. Number 2, Ricky gets home alone. The paint can on a string thrown into his face.
Yep.
Number 3 is Jeremy gets hanged. Number 4, Garrett gets shot. And number 5, Ashley gets throat stabbed. That's it.
Okay, but I mean, we find out at the end of the movie, this one's still alive and Ashley is still alive.
Oh, Ashley is still alive. I gotta
So-
delete that. Hang
so
on.
I guess we get-
Let's start this over again.
No.
We get.
I look like an
4
idiot
deaths
Look
total.
like one.
Oh, thanks.
So we end up getting 4 deaths only.
4 deaths only.
I mean,
Don't you dare, Jared.
don't I dare what?
Mr. Frost was real. He had a hat and everything.
No, I was just trying to think, like, because Ashley demands that he kills a spider, which you find out later on in the movie that it's
his
pet.
Yeah, because there was like 3
Oh,
different spiders.
We do get another death. I mean, well, I guess it's not technically in the movie, but we do find out that Luke killed a hamster.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. It didn't happen in the movie.
It doesn't happen in the movie, but we're told that it happens.
Do you think
That he,
Luke decided to do a little bit of extra experimenting and that's how the hamster died? He put it up his bum bum.
no,
No, I don't think so.
because I don't. I hope at 12 he's not experimenting that.
He
far.
apparently knows how dopamine works. He knows how women think. He knows that apparently fear gets them wet is what he says, like right in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
He might stick it up his butt.
And I mean, he does also get roofie juice too. So,
And he kills a bunch of people.
He
Like,
does kill
he's
a bunch of people.
demented little shit.
like, I made this comment while we were watching the movie, but I really feel like this is a prequel to American Psycho.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, fucking rich, spoiled little white dude, and he's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Like, I hate this kid.
I'm really mad
Yeah,
that I
it's
didn't
fine.
actually call the whole movie at the beginning of the movie. I called like the first like scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. This is the movie.
Like, we kind of get the idea that he's going to be a little shit for the whole movie, because whenever you get the picture of him and his parents skiing, he's wearing this like full face mask with horns on it, and you're like, okay, he's like the devil. It's foreshadowing for sure.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that he's just super manipulative.
Very manipulative. Yeah.
It's like problem child.
But Problem Child was fun.
Well, yeah, this doesn't have John Ritter
No, it does have Patrick Warburton though.
for 2 scenes.
You get him in the opening scene whenever his parents are at the house and Ashley's coming over to babysit, and then you get him whenever he's coming home. So yeah, two scenes, but the first opening scene is a longer scene.
Yeah. Where he likes ornaments.
He does. And snowman ties.
And snowman ties.
And he has to convince his wife that he never did gay stuff in college.
But he can like gay things.
Yes.
Yeah. And he says meterosexual.
Yes. That should have been my one good thing.
Patrick Warburton saying, "Hey, it's me, meterosexual." Is that good? Is that going to keep? Is that
No.
gonna stick?
That's awful.
Is that going to?
No,
stick
it's gonna stay because it's fucking awful. I mean, there's just so many like terrible things in this movie, like so many ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a preview that we saw at one point where it said it's like Home Alone meets strangers?
To some degree, I feel like that
I think something
yeah.
said that, because I was about to say, part of this kind of felt like a demented, lighter Christmas Strangers, but I'm like, no, I think they said that at one point.
Well, the thing is, like, whenever you watch the trailer, so kind of giving some behind the curtain type stuff here, we usually watch a trailer and then decide if we like the trailer enough, we'll watch the movie for the show if it meets our ratings.
Yeah.
And this one seemed very Home Alone, but it was not Home Alone as we thought it was going to be.
It only had the one scene that was kind of Home Alone, and then everything else was just him like murdering people.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. I did catch a few other Home Alone homages, I guess. One was the spider, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the other was it's a paintball gun, but kind of like a BB gun.
With like a tripwire.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wait, here's a question. Is how come when he hit her in the head with the brick, it made the same noise that it made with the tripwire?
Probably because that's the sound that they had. I don't know.
I don't know. They didn't even show the brick hitting her in the head. They just like showed the brick broken on the ground afterwards.
Yes, they did.
I'm also really upset that nobody screamed Kevin.
I was really upset that his name wasn't Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have named him Kevin.
Oh, another little throwback to Home Alone. He pulled a cardboard cutout out of the window, out of the curtains.
So I have a question for both of you.
It's a trebuchet.
Why were the doorknobs so fucking high in this movie?
These doorknobs were super high.
They were like Hobbit doors. They were smack dab in the middle.
They were like eye height.
They were like I'm a 6 foot tall man. These things were like at neck height for me.
It's like super weird. Like I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Was it to try to throw the perspective off in this movie, or was it just like legitimately they don't know how doorknobs are made?
I don't know.
Honestly, okay, little insight into me. Hello, audience. Being in interior design, I've seen it, and it's like a more expensive thing just because it's not standard.
That's fucking stupid.
It is stupid, but I'm just saying I don't know if it was just a custom thing in this house that they probably rented for the movie, or I don't know if they put that in.
Oh
to
no,
make
this
it
was
seem
definitely a set.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if they put that in there to make it seem like it was a little more unique and expensive because the mom was more eccentric and she was like, it's new carpet and all this, because that would line up. I mean, that's honestly the only thing, because it's expensive and odd, like she is.
I wish the sinks were super high in the counters. Just everything was high to match the doorknobs. It'd just be ridiculous. It'd be like if you were a child trying to wash your hands in a public restroom. It's like you ever watch a kid come out of public restroom after washing their hands and they're just soaked? It's like, what happened? Don't ask.
Well, first off, they have trouble getting to the water, and then second off, they can't reach the towels.
Yeah, so they're just completely soaked. It's the best.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that moment when it was right after Ashley woke up and she was tied up, and then Garrett tries to make some sort of. He's like, "Why can't we just let her go or something?" And then Luke turns around and looks at him and goes, "Garrett, you don't know anything about women."
It was. I mean, neither of them do.
Neither of them do.
Hey, remember that time that Luke called Jeremy and he was like, "Are you that weird little tank kid?"
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a weird little tank kid.
So I guess some insight into this movie. So we have a current boyfriend for Ashley, and we have an ex-boyfriend for Ashley. One current boyfriend is Ricky, and ex-boyfriend is Jeremy. So Luke legitimately lures both of them in to kill them. Like
And
I don't understand
somehow.
I don't understand his desire to kill everybody. Like it's just really weird
He was
to
just
me.
a weird little prick on a rampage.
He's like,
Yeah, but why?
He's like the Klopex from the Burbs.
Hey, remember that time when this stupid fucking kid was like, "Oh my God, I can't go into that just yet." Backstory. So when Luke's mom is having to walk Ashley, the babysitter, around the house and give her the rules before they leave, she's like, "Luke sleepwalks. So make sure that you give him a sleeping pill. Then here's a little trick. Put a pencil on the doorknob. So if he tries to get out, you hear a drop. You know, what he doesn't know won't hurt him." Clearly he knows, because at the end of the movie, when he's trying to go and pretend like he's sleeping and he can't get the pencil to balance on his high-ass doorknob that's like at his chin, he decides to go outside, put the pencil on the doorknob, run around, and go out the window like nobody's going to see the footprints in the snow, like that poem with Jesus. And he's going to climb over to his bedroom window, brush all of that snow off, and then go inside. Like nobody's going to see that.
Nobody's gonna know.
No one's going to know. How would they know?
They're going to know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that anybody's gonna legitimately think to check outside
But
on the awning. Like
like-
I don't.
Yeah.
Intruders were walking around outside all night. There were upstairs windows broken from, bricks being thrown. Some cop is going to go and look out the window and see if they can figure out where they were and look at it from a different perspective, from the window that was broken. And you can see the roof line right there from that window. So if he looked, there would be footprints and he'd be like, "Oh, hey, they were walking on the roof." And he's going to go over there and be like, "These are small ass feet.
Fucking Jeremy.
This doesn't connect." I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Jeremy had little princess feet.
He probably did, in all honesty.
We did see Jeremy's feet.
But they were in shoes. He probably stuffed his shoes.
Yeah, that's fair. Can we talk real fast about how terrible the initial Lucas's initial get laid plan was?
It was fucking awful.
Because the movie wants you to believe that his get laid plan was to drink a bottle of champagne with
Ashley.
My brain wanted to say Lisa, and I was like, that's wrong, but I couldn't think of another name.
Where did Lisa come from?
I don't know.
Lucas and Lisa.
Lucas and Lisa.
Kissing in a tree.
Yeah. I just really started thinking about Lisa Turtle. So the movie initially wants you to believe that he's trying to get her a little tipsy and then watch a scary movie, and then, her dopamines rise from watching the scary movie, and then he makes a move, which he does try to make a move.
He does.
And then it fails colossally. And then that's when the intruder thing happens, but it's really just Garrett, who knows nothing about women. And yeah, it was established. So I have to say it one more time so everyone will remember. So, he comes in, and then she realizes that is him because he's wearing the same mask, the same ski mask from the picture when he was a kid.
From when Luke was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, it's Luke's
At
mask.
the ski trip.
Yeah.
I know none of us here at this table know anything about women, but I feel like this plan had a 69% chance of failing.
I mean,
Nice.
Speak for yourself, because I sure as fuck don't know anything about women. So
Same.
there are a few things that we get early on in the movie, like when you're saying they're sitting down, having a drink. You know, I mean, by the way, 12 and how old is Ashley? I don't
18.
even know if okay,
Yeah, she's 18.
okay. So then they're both sitting down having some champagne because Luke opened the bottle and
it's like slamming it.
Yeah, like big time. And she goes to dump it out, and she's kind of fighting with her boyfriend, Ricky, and then
she has
starts,
a sip of it.
starts drinking, and that's kind of what flows into the living room where they're eating the pizza and drinking and watching the scary movie, and then we get the shadow in the background and the window, so you know somebody's outside, and I don't know, like Luke's plan seemed very bad.
Yeah.
Like very bad.
But the whole thing is that he also had the roofie juice.
Yeah.
And he's got his buddy involved. But so like you've got to think that like it wasn't just that he was planning on like, you know, oh, now her dopamine levels or whatever are at this point. Like he got the roofie, like it shows that he had intent to like roofie her and do stuff.
Which is fucking sick.
Yeah. I mean it's
super this is
up.
also supposed to be a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know. Like where the idea for this movie came from. Like 12 years old seems a little young. But I mean I kind of understand where they're coming from in a sense of like he has to be some age that he would still have a babysitter.
Yeah.
I don't know, and don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Like Christina Applegate was like supposed to be like 16 or 17, and then they had a babysitter because the mom had to go out of town for work for like I don't know. It's supposed to be like a week, but it seems like she was gone like a month. But we're not talking about that movie. But I'm just saying that was like a thing.
Like weeks compared to a few hours is a lot.
That's fair.
I don't know. Something else that was ridiculous for me was the fact that he was chugging that champagne and he only had one small burp one time.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how that works.
No. He would have been burping a whole lot more than that.
He would have been tooting on that couch trying to win over Ashley.
So we do get her saying that if she was his age, she would date him.
But that's like a thing you say to like a kid to like
it
appease
is
them.
Yeah, but then she kind of like holds his hand for a second and then he like tries to make a move on her.
Yeah,
but that was like she got freaked out and just kind of jumped and grabbed, and his hand happened to be there because seconds before this she had like tossed his hand off of her leg.
Yes.
And was like, look, if I was your age, but I'm not, so back off.
Right.
And then then he tried to just pounce on her like, rah.
Like, and we get the sense that he's just drunk and like not really understanding the boundaries so much. But then
typical man.
Then we find out very quickly that he's just fucking insane.
Yeah. It's when he like hits her and she goes down the stairs, I legit was like, oh, she's dead.
No, I knew she wasn't dead.
I mean, how would you know?
Because she's a main character.
But I mean, main characters die in movies all the time.
Yeah, but then where's the movie gonna go after that?
That could have been them like chopping her up and and then like her boyfriend coming to find her with some friends, and then they like, I don't know, Home Alone him.
So basically the rest of the movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like really like Home Alone-ish. I'm sorry. This is just the thing that's going to bother me about the movie is that it wasn't Home Alone enough.
It was like we said, the trailer seemed very Home Alone-ish.
Yes.
Like not following Home Alone, but had like the same kind of feel. Like it was going to be kind of funny, kind of fun with like some intruder aspect to it, but we found out really quickly that is not the case at all. So no. I guess our forewarning for this whole episode is if you watch the trailer, don't believe it.
Yeah, it's not.
That's a good ridiculous moment. Is the trailer?
I would rather watch the trailer than this movie. The trailer was really good.
The trailer was fun, and that's what
Yeah.
made us want to watch this movie.
Had like fun music and shit. The only time they played fun music in this was in like he was like getting Ricky in the house.
This movie was supposed to be a gift.
It was supposed to be a gift, yes, for sure.
It was supposed to be a gift.
People are going to listen to this episode and be like, oh my God, who hurt her? This movie hurt me.
This movie.
The
hurt you.
movie, yeah, for sure. Okay, so one question that I wanted to ask you guys about,
What is it?
This is a game they played on the movie.
What?
Fuck, Marry, Kill, the Adventure Girls.
And it was
Adventure Time Girls.
Yeah. And he went with Princess
He went with
Bubblegum.
Princess Bubblegum for the most ridiculous reasons.
Yes. What are those reasons, Jared?
Because she tastes like bubblegum. And then
Oh.
Garrett
He was like, but
immediately
then
is
she'd
like,
be all wet and sticky.
yeah, wet and sticky, and then you have bubblegums in your pubes. And then we're like,
Yeah,
what pubes?
That's when he says "what pubes." That was really funny. And but this is like this isn't the first act of random act of violence, but this was a really small one because Garrett's riding he's high on oxy, and he's riding a Razor scooter around the house on the hardwood floors, and Garrett said something that Luke didn't like. And so he acted out against him because
Yeah.
he like trips him off the scooter, and it was kind of like because the first act of violence that he did was when he hit Ashley and knocked her down the stairs.
Yes.
And then the second one was this, and I feel like this was, you know what, this is a thing that's interesting that I didn't really think about until just now. But so his first act of violence was against Ashley, his second act of violence was against Garrett, but his second to last act of violence was killing Garrett, and then his last act of violence was stabbing Ashley in the neck.
Okay, so what's your point?
All of his violence was sandwiched.
It was it like reversed itself.
It was a violent sandwich.
Because it was her, his best friend, then a boyfriend, and then another boyfriend, and then it was his best friend, and then her again.
Okay, I mean, I don't really see the relevance that you're trying to portray here, but
It was a palindrome of death, Jared.
Yes,
I
thank
don't-
you. It was a
I don't-
palindrome of death.
I don't get it.
It's like how race car is the same backwards and forwards.
Wait, what?
Taco Cat, same backwards and forwards.
So is Hannah.
Yeah, so is Hannah.
And Mom?
Oh, R.I.P. Jared's mom.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we find out that he obviously doesn't give a shit about Garrett, right?
Yeah.
I mean, first off, he put him through this whole night, so you know that he's not a good friend for doing so. And then he also shoots Garrett, so he doesn't give a shit about Garrett at all.
Well, yeah, because when they were doing, it's also when they're playing Truth or Dare, when they've got her tied up, and he's like, and Garrett's like, how come no one's asking me a question? And he's like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up!
Garrett.
It's not about you, bitch.
Yeah, it's not about you. This is like the thing. But then he's like, all right, so like I get to touch her now, and he's like, no, abso-fucking-lutely not.
No, he's very protective of Ashley.
Yeah.
Luke is.
He's like,
Protective or possessive?
it's possessive.
Okay, yeah, well, possessive for sure is the word that I should have used.
Men.
Jeez. Like I can't even say anything.
Like I'm telling you, this movie hurt me.
I think it hurt a lot of people. In all honesty.
Apparently not that many with how low the movie made. Luckily, not that many
That's
people
fair.
were hurt by this
Luckily,
movie.
not a whole lot of people watched it, for
I
sure.
mean, one of them was a snowman
Oh,
that was
poor
hurt in this
snowman.
movie.
Yeah, stupid butt fucker.
He didn't even have a nose.
Because the little girl had a carrot in her hand.
We broke Jared.
I think Jared broke himself by saying stupid butt fucker. Oh,
I'm
man.
hilarious.
Oh, that's your Nathan impression.
Yeah, it really is. I kind of want to go back to the whole truth or dare thing.
Yeah.
Because this is like the very gross moment where he puts his hand down her shirt and is like groping her, and obviously very fucking gross. But the look on her face is probably the most accurate thing in this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the best acting, like in the whole thing. But I don't think she really had to draw that hard on it.
No,
it's a
I don't think
12-year-old
so
kid
either.
groping her.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they didn't show anything. He didn't really do it, with making the movie. But it's, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like everything else in this movie, I was like, blah, whatever, fucking stupid, guns, violence, whatever. But that's the one thing that I was like,
the most uncomfortable.
That is super fucking uncomfortable, and really, in all honesty, you didn't need it.
Yeah.
Like, you could have gotten away with so much other stuff, but I think that in particular put me in a very weird mood.
Yeah.
For the rest of the movie, and it was pretty early on.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the hard turn for me because, to your point, like they had her duct taped to a chair and they were just like, well, what do we do? And it's like, okay, yeah, you're a couple of kids that put yourselves in a shitty situation. You're trying to figure out what to do or how to get out of it or whatever. But like you're saying, at that moment, I was like, all right, I don't like this movie anymore.
Yeah, you were like, fuck this kid.
Yeah, that's whenever I was like, no, I hate this kid, was at that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I think what they were trying to do in that moment, film-wise, and I'm not defending it because I think it was a gross thing and was unnecessary, but I think that they were trying to really cement in that this kid is a total fucking psychopath. He's true narcissist, true sociopath, no real emotions except for the emotions that affect him. Other people are nothing but objects to him.
Yes.
And so I think that's what they're trying to cement in this moment. Not to say that this is some sort of artistic work that, because it's like other films have been able to do stuff like that without doing a scene like that.
Yeah.
They could have taken that truth or dare scene in any direction, and that's what they did.
And that's what they did with it.
And that's pretty shitty.
Like, I kind of understand kind of what you're saying and where they were trying to go with it in a sense of, it's just another rich white kid in the suburbs being very entitled.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that aspect of it, but they could have done that in a different way that didn't seem so fucking off.
Yeah. Because we've also, at this point, just been introduced to the fact that this kid is fucking psycho.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I just realized that my eyebrow has been jacked up this entire episode because I just felt my muscles tense up. And I'm like, oh, that's how bothered I am by this movie that I didn't even realize that my eyebrow was halfway up my forehead. Like I was ready to snap.
Yeah. No, it's been that way for a while.
I didn't know until just now. And I'm like, oh, relax that.
Yeah. You're just straight rocking it over there. But don't. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? What's up? No, that's John Cena.
I know.
You can hear John Cena. You just can't see him.
You can't see him.
Yeah.
And because of most of his movies, you really don't.
I thought he was good in Suicide Squad. I thought he was really fun in that movie.
How about the moment whenever we get the spider crawling up her hand at the beginning of the movie, and we called it the Chekhov spider?
Yeah.
And then we definitely get more spiders.
But then there was
in
Chekhov's pencil, which got stabbed into Ricky's face.
Yeah, that too.
Let me just say real quick, though, about that pencil.
Pencil?
Your pencil. When they ground it down, or like ground it, they sharpened it.
Mm-hmm.
to get all of the blood and all the tissue and everything off. And then he's going back, trying to prep everything for bed to make sure everything is in place. His crime scene is set. And then he's like, the pencil. And he just grabs it and just like, does he put it back in his cheek before he puts it down in the blood?
Yeah, he puts it back
Okay.
in
So
his
he
cheek.
he grabbed a different pencil
Yeah, he grabbed a different pencil.
and
It was
stuck
a
it in
yellow
his
number 2
cheek
pencil.
and then took it out and threw it into the paint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a yellow number 2 pencil, but the one that his mom wanted to be put on the door, he went ahead and put that.
No, that one was a different pencil as well.
Yeah.
Was it?
I was going to say, because remember, that's whenever he stabs Ricky, because he pulls that pencil out from under the rug.
Yeah.
And then, but his mom would have known what pencil that she used to put on his doorknob, and it was a different pencil, don't you think?
His mom's kind of a snooty bitch. I don't think that she would have noticed.
I don't know. She's high on oxy a lot too. She didn't
Yeah.
notice when Garrett was trying to steal him.
Like, can we talk about how awful his mom is to his dad?
God, she's such a frigid.
She was just emasculating in every single way.
She's such a frigid bitch. Like,
Yeah.
she can't let anybody have any fun. And she's giving him shit for wanting to wear that snowman tie before they leave. And then when they're driving back up, she's like, oh, so-and-so was laughing about it all night. I'm so embarrassed. And I'm like, you are still on this tie?
Because he
Yeah.
took off the snowman tie and then pulled out another snowman tie, and I fucking loved it.
That was brilliant.
It was
yeah.
like real good. Fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I think Patrick did the best he could with the character that he was given, but I think he took like the partial character that they gave him and he created an actual rich character with
Yeah.
it. Like that's the best character of the movie
Like, I'm trying to dispute this, but I
You
really
can't.
can't.
because Patrick Warburton is the only like real actor in this.
Well, I mean, I think that everybody in this movie has kind of been in other things.
They've been in other things,
but I mean, Patrick Warburton is definitely the one that you would recognize out of everybody.
yeah,
I don't know. That cat she almost hit in the beginning of the movie did a really good job.
I think they just almost hit a cat. Also, that car stopped super fast for the roads to
For it being
as
very
iced as
snowy?
they were.
Yes, I
Because, like-
completely agree.
Like those roads looked exactly like Houston in February when it iced over. It looked exactly like that. There's no way. I mean, I don't care if there's like sand or whatever. I grew up in Indiana. If there's that much shit on the road, nothing is gonna stop that fast.
No.
No.
Because she literally stopped in like 1 foot.
But she got 2 feet.
I hate you so much.
I don't know. All right, let's just get into ratings because I think we've talked about this movie enough for our liking. So, Nathan, what do you got?
I'm gonna say we chose this movie because we wanted to give ourselves a little like Christmas holiday gift, and instead of Santa bringing us a gift, he gave us a lump of coal. So I'm not gonna give it a skull. I don't think I would ever watch this again. I don't think that, like, if somebody was like, "Hey, I was thinking about watching this," I wouldn't be excited and say, "Yeah, watch it." No
All right.
skull.
Hannah?
No.
No what?
No what?
No skull.
No way are you not watching this again?
There's no chance in hell where this movie came straight from. Am I watching it again? I hated that kid. Like, I know it's a character. I know he's a fictional character, but I want to go find this kid, punch him in the face, and throw him off of that roof.
Yeah.
Violence. Merry Christmas. Jared, what about you?
What's your thoughts, Jared?
Okay. So
You're giving it a skull, you son of a bitch.
I know that there are problems in this movie. I know that you guys hate it so much. The trailer is very fun.
The trailer is super fun.
The acting is, for bad movies that we watch,
Better than most.
it's better than most. The cinematography is very good. All around the making of the film, except for a few bits and pieces here and there, are legitimately good. I mean, it's a $3 million budget film, and they could have definitely made a piece of shit with $3 million, and they didn't make a complete piece of shit with $3 million.
I'll agree with all of that.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
So this movie has redeeming qualities based on all of that. I am saying,
but it is still
fuck this
arguably
movie.
a
I am not
bad
giving it a
movie.
skull because it is a terrible
Yeah.
movie. I cannot legitimately tell people to go watch this.
I was
movie.
seriously over here about to argue with you. And be
I
like,
know you were.
No, but it is still like a bad movie.
You know
It
what?
is a bad movie, yes.
Your acting just then was my Christmas gift because this movie was not.
No, this movie is a pass for me for sure. And obviously no skulls for this movie for the podcast. So I would say skip it.
Yeah,
You're not missing anything.
you're not missing anything. If you didn't know it existed, like we didn't, like a week ago, you're fine.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. If you're listening to this now and you're like, you know what, I might watch it, and you don't have to. You don't have to.
Just watch the trailer, enjoy it, laugh, have a minute and a half of joy, and leave it at that.
And then make your own movie in your own head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just watch Home Alone.
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
Home Alone.
And
Imagine
and
it being a lot
Strangers.
more bloody.
Yeah.
I will say this. This was supposed to start off, as Nathan said, as a Christmas present for the three of us.
Yes.
And it has now turned into a Christmas present for the listeners so that they can skip this terrible movie.
Yes.
Yes, we saved you. You're welcome. We are the real heroes. Not all heroes wear capes, but I'm wearing one now. I'm not. It's just the magic of audio.
We're the true sacrifice of Christmas.
Speaking of the true sacrifice of Christmas, thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to join in the conversation, or if you want to talk about this movie, if you have seen it, or if you're like, this movie, I haven't seen it, but I do like to feel uncomfortable, you can come and talk to us. You can find us on Facebook at The Squad Podcast. You can find us on pretty much all other social media at Spoop Squad, or you can email us at spoopsquad@gmail.com.
You know what? If you have seen this movie and you do enjoy it, tell us why. We're very interested to know if anybody actually liked this movie.
Yeah. You butt fucker.